Midsize SUVs are massive, spacious, rugged, and capable, and that's why they are the most popular family haulers on the market. With such a great offer, it's not always easy to find a perfect fit. So we bring to you our list of 8 best midsize SUVs in 2023 to try to make your choice easier. Number 8. Toyota Highlander. The Highlander is a quintessential family hauler. It is reliable, relatively cheap to run, easy to drive, and spacious. It gives a little bit of everything, and that's the reason why it has been a top 3 selling in the segment for years. For 2023, the Japanese manufacturer brought to us a couple of interesting updates to make this SUV even better. The biggest one is the new engine. The good old V6 has been replaced with a Turbo 4. It offers less power, but more torque, which translates to better dynamics at the lower end, but more noise at higher revs. However, we still highly recommend the hybrid version, which may not be the quickest in the class, but offers exceptional fuel economy that goes around 36 miles per gallon in the city and 35 miles per gallon on the highway. The Highlander is smooth and refined with a long list of standard equipment. However, it has a few drawbacks that keep it from a higher position on our list, starting from the cramped third row and not so good sound insulation. Also, the starting price of nearly $38,000 is above average for the segment. Number 7. Jeep Grand Cherokee. After the recent redesign, the Grand Cherokee quickly overtook the leading position in the segment. When it comes to sales numbers, we expect that the 2023 model will continue the same trend. Despite the pretty high starting price of nearly $43,000, there is a great portion of good things it gives in return. Traditionally, off-road performance is impressive for the segment, while the powertrain lineup should expand soon. Namely, the good old 5.7-liter V8 is good, but we expect the new Hurricane Inline 6 to arrive later this year. Meanwhile, base models feature a good old 3.6-liter V6 with 293 horsepower, while there is also a plug-in hybrid version with 375 horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque. Both powertrains come coupled with a super smooth 8-speed automatic transmission, one of the best in the class. The Grand Cherokee looks pretty luxurious when compared to rivals and offers a pretty intuitive infotainment system. It also offers surprisingly nice off-road manners, but it definitely isn't perfect. The cargo area is small for the class, while the price can jump pretty high with higher trim levels. Number 6. Kia Sorento. With the starting price of around $31,500, the Sorento represents the rational choice among midsize SUVs. It's not perfect, but it offers a lot for the asking price. Also, the current generation has been around for just a few years, so we can still consider it fresh. The Sorento is smaller than most midsize SUVs, but the Korean carmaker managed to pack 3 rows of seats anyway. They may not be super spacious and comfortable, the third row in particular, but this is still a practical solution for many families, especially if we consider some pretty efficient powertrain options on offer. It may be cheap, but Sorento doesn't look cheap, especially not from the inside. The selection of materials is pretty impressive, and the build quality is good. The offer of standard and available equipment is also pretty impressive, so much so that higher trim levels could easily be mistaken for some premium badged SUV. 4 powertrain options are on offer with this SUV. Base models feature a decently powered 2.5-liter inline 4 with 191 horses, while an optional Turbo 4 seems like a great choice for more ambitious drives, not just because of the respectable 281 horsepower, but because of the dual-clutch transmission as well. Fuel efficiency-oriented buyers have a choice of 2 hybrid models, both based on 1.6-liter Turbo 4 engine. One of them is a class self-charging hybrid with 227 horsepower and 35 miles per gallon in a combined ride. The other one is a more capable plug-in hybrid with 261 horsepower and a bigger battery that also ensures around 30 miles of range in the EV mode. The biggest drawbacks are related to Sorento's modest dimensions. The third row is tight, while there isn't much cargo space with all seats up. Also, the dual-clutch transmission isn't the most refined around. Number 5. Honda Pilot. Honda's largest SUV has just arrived completely redesigned for 2023. The new generation brings mostly evolutionary changes, so the SUV seems even better than before. The new model looks better, drives better, and feels more refined. All traditional Pilot qualities are still there, starting from the spacious, comfortable, and well-designed cabin. Furthermore, the good old 3.5-liter V6 is probably the most refined V6 in the class, while the new 10-speed automatic works great. The new Pilot looks bolder and more aggressive, and it finally has a decent off-roader in the lineup thanks to the new Trail Sport trim. You probably wonder if the new Pilot is so great, why then it isn't ranked higher? Well, there are a few drawbacks that can't be overlooked. One of them is city fuel economy, which should be better. Also, the incredibly basic standard infotainment screen is something we can't forgive, especially not if we consider that the starting price goes over $37,000. For that MSRP, we would expect a little bit more. So stay with us and see which 4 midsize SUVs are even better than the Pilot. Number 4. Mazda CX-90. The previous generation CX-9 was way more upscale than most of its classmates. The new CX-90 brings everything to the next level and now really flirts with the premium segment. So much that range-topping models can cost over $60,000. It may sound too high for a Mazda, but boy, there is so much you get in return. The new Mazda CX-90 is handsome as you would expect from the Japanese brand, but the new model also looks bolder and more rugged. More importantly, it rides on a completely new platform with a longitudinally mounted engine and a rear-wheel drive bias standard all-wheel drive, something that makes this SUV a great affordable alternative to BMW X5, for example. The interior is as impressive, if not even more than that. The cabin is elegant, well-built, and full of quality materials, but nothing less was expected from Mazda anyway. Another thing that goes with is a great level of athleticism. The CX-90 is no exception, and the new platform seems to make the handling even more engaging than in the case of the old CX-9. New powertrain options are, of course, one of the most important ingredients of a great driving experience. There is a brand new 3.3-liter turbo inline-6, which comes in 2 output variants with 280 or 340 horsepower, while a 323 HP plug-in hybrid is also available. The starting price goes around $40,500. Number 3. Chevy Traverse. It is far from perfect, but Chevy Traverse is one of the most reasonable choices in the class, and that's why it earns such a high position on our list. With a starting price of a little bit over $35,000, it is cheaper than most of the competitors. At the same time, it is one of the most spacious midsize SUVs around. You hardly find such a spacious cabin anywhere else in the class, with an adult-friendly third row and carved cargo area. Besides space, the Traverse offers easy-to-use infotainment system and a pretty capable V6 powertrain with 310 horsepower. Besides power, this engine also offers quite impressive highway fuel economy that goes up to 27 miles per gallon. As for the drawbacks, the Traverse doesn't look as luxurious as rivals or as refined. The driving experience isn't particularly great either, but once again, all these weak points are compensated with the attractive price and impressive level of comfort. Number 2. Kia Telluride. The Telluride has just been updated for 2023, and it seems even more impressive than before. It looks bolder and more aggressive, while the recent refresh also brought notable improvements on the inside, including a bigger infotainment screen, available already in the most basic trim levels. The Telluride features high-end materials on the inside and combines them with good sound insulation and a generous offer of tech features. Under the hood, you will find the same 3.8-liter V6 with 291 horsepower. The engine is smooth and refined, while the transmission feels nice as well. Even the fuel economy is decent enough for the segment, so we really can't find any major drawback, especially not if we consider the starting price of around $37,000. Number 1. Hyundai Palisade. The Palisade shares most of the parts with the Telluride, and the two SUVs are very similar in terms of their main qualities. For that reason, declaring the winner between these two was practically a matter of personal choice. Both SUVs are fantastic, and just like the Telluride, Hyundai's model also received a refresh for 2023. The reason we like Palisade more is that we found its cabin design a little bit more elegant, especially the center console, with a modern gear selector instead of the traditional lever found in the Telluride. Also, the Palisade's ride seems a little bit smoother, with a little bit more focus on comfort than athleticism. The powertrain is the same, as well as the price, which also starts at around $37,000. If you are in need of an affordable SUV, you must check out this video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.